Unraveling the Legend of King Arthur. King Arthur's tale intertwines legend and history, creating a rich tapestry of myth and possible fact. This legendary king, often depicted as noble and heroic, may have roots in actual historical figures. The challenge lies in discerning the truth from centuries of storytelling and romantic embellishment. The origins of the King Arthur legend are shrouded in mystery, emerging from ancient Celtic myths and oral traditions. Early stories depicted Arthur as a warrior defending Britain from invaders. These tales evolved over time, influenced by cultural and historical contexts, shaping the legend we recognize today. The first literary mentions of King Arthur appear in Welsh poetry and prose, dating back to the early Middle Ages. These early references were fragmented yet powerful, portraying Arthur as a warrior king. These texts laid the foundation for later, more comprehensive Arthurian literature. Geoffrey of Monmouth's Arthurian chronicles were pivotal in shaping the legend. His Historia Regum Britanniae presented a detailed narrative of Arthur's life, weaving myth with historical events. Geoffrey's work significantly influenced subsequent Arthurian literature, cementing many aspects of the legend in popular imagination. Merlin, the enigmatic wizard, plays a crucial role in both legend and history. In the legend, he is Arthur's advisor and magician, guiding his rise to power. Historical interpretations suggest Merlin may represent a synthesis of Druidic figures and early Christian influences, reflecting the transition of ancient beliefs. Excalibur, the legendary sword of King Arthur, has captivated imaginations for centuries. While often depicted as a magical weapon bestowing rightful sovereignty, its historical roots remain elusive. Some historians suggest it symbolizes ancient ceremonial swords, representing power and legitimacy. The blend of myth and possible historical artifacts fuels the enduring mystique. Merlin, the enigmatic wizard, plays a pivotal role in Arthurian legend. Often depicted as a guide and mentor to Arthur, Merlin's character intertwines magic and prophecy. Historically, he may be inspired by Druidic figures or early medieval holy men, blending folklore with potential historical personas. The Knights of the Round Table epitomize chivalry and camaraderie. While their tales are richly woven into Arthurian legend, their historical basis is debated. Some suggest they represent real warrior bands or chivalric orders, yet concrete evidence remains scarce. Their enduring appeal lies in their embodiment of idealized medieval knighthood. Camelot, the fabled seat of Arthur's court, symbolizes utopian ideals of justice and nobility. Despite extensive searches, its exact historical location remains unidentified. Some theories link it to ancient fortresses or Roman sites in Britain, but it primarily exists as a powerful symbol in literature and legend. Guinevere, the iconic queen, embodies both virtue and complex romantic intrigue within Arthurian tales. Historical records of a queen matching her description are sparse. Some researchers speculate she may amalgamate several historical figures, blending royal archetypes with literary embellishment, thus enriching the legend's narrative depth. The Holy Grail has fascinated both scholars and enthusiasts, blurring lines between myth and history. Often depicted as a miraculous chalice, its origins span religious lore and medieval imagination. While some argue it symbolizes spiritual quests, others search for physical artifacts, adding layers of intrigue to its enigmatic presence in Arthurian legend. Arthur's birth and ancestry weave together mythological and historical threads. Legends tell of his mystical conception through King Uther Pendragon and Igraine, aided by Merlin's sorcery. Historical records, however, offer scant evidence, leaving Arthur's origins shrouded in mystery and fueling endless debates about his true lineage and existence. Arthur's death and the mystical island of Avalon are central to his legend. Tales recount his final battle and subsequent journey to Avalon for healing. Historically, these stories lack concrete evidence, but they endure, symbolizing hope and the idea that Arthur may one day return to save his people. Women in Arthurian legend often embody roles of enchantment, wisdom, and betrayal. Figures like Guinevere and Morgan Le Fay are richly layered, reflecting both medieval views and timeless archetypes. Historically, their depictions contrast with the more rigid roles of women in medieval society, highlighting the legend's blend of fantasy and social commentary. Celtic mythology profoundly influences the Arthurian legend, infusing it with elements of ancient myth and magic. Characters and themes reflect Celtic beliefs in heroism, otherworldly realms, and supernatural forces. This intertwining enriches the narrative, creating a tapestry where historical and mythological elements seamlessly blend, captivating audiences through the ages. Celtic mythology heavily influenced the Arthurian legend, infusing it with themes of heroism, magic, and otherworldly realms. Figures like Merlin and magical artifacts like the Holy Grail reflect ancient Celtic beliefs. This connection enriches the legend, adding layers of mystical depth and connecting it to pre-Christian traditions. Roman influence on the Arthurian legend is evident through the incorporation of Roman military structure and governance. Arthur's portrayal as a unifying leader mirrors Roman ideals of leadership and order. This blend of Roman elements with native traditions helped shape a narrative that resonated with medieval audiences seeking heroic lineage. The Saxons play a significant role in Arthurian legend, often depicted as the primary antagonists. This reflects historical tensions during the early medieval period when native Britons clashed with Saxon invaders. The legends capture the struggle for control and identity, portraying Arthur as a defender of the land against foreign threats. Medieval literature cemented King Arthur's place in cultural history, with works like Sir Thomas Malory's Le Morte d'Arthur defining the chivalric ideals associated with his court. These stories emphasized honor, bravery, and courtly love, creating an enduring image of Arthur and his knights as paragons of medieval virtue. Archaeological evidence supporting King Arthur's existence is sparse and often speculative. Sites like Tintagel Castle and Cadbury Hill have been linked to Arthurian legend, but concrete proof remains elusive. These locations, however, continue to capture the imagination, blending historical inquiry with the enduring allure of myth. King Arthur has found a timeless place in modern literature and media, inspiring countless adaptations. From T.H. White's The Once and Future King to movies like Excalibur, the legend persists. Popular TV shows such as Merlin and Camelot continue to reimagine his story for new generations, blending myth with contemporary narratives. Arthur's symbolism in British national identity is profound. He represents ideals of leadership, bravery, and unity. Over centuries, these qualities have been evoked during times of national crisis and used to inspire a sense of pride and continuity. The legend serves as a cultural touchstone, reinforcing national heritage and identity. The Arthurian legend has evolved significantly over centuries. Initially rooted in Welsh folklore, it has been enriched by medieval romances, Victorian literature, and modern interpretations. Each era has added layers, transforming Arthur into a multifaceted character who reflects contemporary values, social norms, and cultural aspirations. Comparisons of King Arthur with other legendary kings reveal common themes such as heroism, divine right, and moral integrity. Figures like Charlemagne and Beowulf share similar narrative arcs. These parallels highlight universal archetypes in storytelling, emphasizing the enduring appeal of legendary monarchs across diverse cultures and historical periods. Christianity's role in Arthurian legend is pivotal. The quest for the Holy Grail, embodying spiritual purity and divine favor, underscores the influence of Christian ideals. Arthurian tales often intertwine chivalric values with Christian ethics, portraying knights as paragons of both martial prowess and religious devotion, reflecting medieval society's fusion of faith and valor. King Arthur's image has been immortalized in various forms of art, from medieval tapestries to Renaissance paintings. Artists have depicted scenes from his legendary life, including battles and the iconic Round Table. These visual representations have played a crucial role in shaping and perpetuating the myth of King Arthur. Welsh tradition holds a rich tapestry of stories about Arthur, depicting him as a heroic figure who defended Britain against invaders. These tales, often passed down orally, have been instrumental in maintaining Arthur's legend within Welsh culture and highlighting his significance as a national hero. French chivalric romance profoundly influenced the Arthurian legend, introducing characters like Lancelot and adding layers of courtly love and knightly valor. These stories, written by poets like Chrétien de Troyes, expanded the narrative and integrated Arthurian legend into the broader European literary tradition. Magic and supernatural elements are integral to the Arthurian legend, with characters like Merlin and magical artifacts like Excalibur playing pivotal roles. These fantastical aspects have not only enriched the stories, but also distinguished them from purely historical accounts, adding an enchanting dimension to the legend. Arthur's alleged reign is often placed in the post-Roman, early medieval period of Britain, a time of significant turmoil and transition. This historical context provides a backdrop for the Arthurian tales, blending elements of history with myth to create a narrative that resonates with themes of heroism and leadership. Magic and supernatural elements are integral to the Arthurian legend, weaving a tapestry of enchantments, mysterious creatures, and prophetic dreams. Characters like Merlin and Morgan Le Fay embody the mystical forces at play. These elements blur the lines between reality and fantasy, enhancing the legend's allure and timeless appeal. Arthur's alleged reign is set against a backdrop of post-Roman Britain, a time rife with conflict and transformation. This historical context provides fertile ground for the legend, blending remnants of Roman influence with emerging Anglo-Saxon and Celtic cultures. It creates a rich, complex environment for Arthur's myth to flourish. King Arthur's presence in movies and TV shows has cemented his status as a cultural icon. From classic films to modern adaptations, his story is retold, reimagined, and revitalized. These portrayals keep the legend alive, introducing new generations to the timeless tale of chivalry, bravery, and romance. The academic debate around King Arthur centers on distinguishing myth from historical fact. Scholars argue over scant evidence, examining ancient texts, oral traditions, and archaeological findings. This ongoing discussion reflects the enduring fascination with Arthur, highlighting the challenges of separating legend from historical reality. King Arthur's legacy in modern Britain is profound, symbolizing national identity and cultural heritage. His story inspires values of bravery, honor, and justice, resonating through literature, art, and collective memory. The legend continues to shape British culture, reflecting the timeless appeal of Arthur's mythical kingdom and heroic deeds. Oral tradition played a crucial role in preserving the legend of King Arthur. Stories were passed down through generations by bards and storytellers, ensuring the mythos remained vibrant. These oral accounts evolved over time, incorporating local folklore and cultural influences, ultimately enriching the tapestry of Arthurian legend. King Arthur's influence on medieval knighthood and chivalry was profound. The ideals of bravery, honor, and loyalty, epitomized by Arthur and his knights, became the benchmark for knightly conduct. These values were emulated by real-life knights, shaping the chivalric codes that governed medieval society and warfare. Examining the historical plausibility of Arthur's legendary battles reveals a complex interplay between myth and reality. While some battles may have historical roots, the details are often embellished. Scholars analyze ancient texts and archaeological findings to distinguish between factual events and legendary exaggerations in Arthurian warfare. Throughout history, Arthurian legend has been used for political purposes. Monarchs and leaders invoked Arthur's legacy to legitimize their rule and inspire national unity. The myth of a just and noble king provided a powerful symbol for political propaganda, reinforcing the ideals of leadership and governance. Separating myth from history in the legend of King Arthur remains a challenge. While historical records provide some clues, the blend of fact and fiction complicates the task. Continued scholarly research and archaeological discoveries contribute to our understanding, but the legend's enduring appeal lies in its captivating ambiguity.